Greetings, civil engineers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, episode 61, More Aqueducts. As you can see above my head, the current priority is to finish off enslaving and making a citizen. So Obar is going to be enslaved, and Combo is going to be made a citizen, and Obar immediately becomes enslaved. So that means, wow, we have 2 rows of colonists now. That means we have a giveaway right at the start. So best of luck to all of you early birds for Obar. So let's go manage Obar before I forget. And a little reminder about Obar. So Obar was just an undergrounder that can craft. They're a Neanderthal, so they don't move very fast. And we're just going to make sure that they are assigned the proper clothes, the proper drugs, the proper everything. Alright, done. So in terms of Obar's work, stone cutting, I guess? I mean, there really isn't like an obvious thing for him to do. Passions in entertaining, maybe at some point, but I don't know about a Neanderthal entertainer. That sounds like it's not going to work out all that well long term, if I'm being honest. Raffle timer didn't kick off. All right, let me try this again. Raffle timer, there it is. Sometimes it gets stuck, and I just have to, like, poke it. You know how that is, maybe. Do the thing! So yeah, there's the raffle timer. And best of luck! So that finishes off Obar. I'll change the priority, citizen combo, and fix water shortage. So the other thing is the water shortage. The water shortage is that we do not have wells placed in high water capacity areas. So we were working on gaining access to this lake for much better water storage and supply because our water towers were running low. So that is one of the current priorities. Taking a look at the senators here, making sure that their needs are being met. Why do we have a random turkey? I don't know, but it dies. Oh, is this a quest or a raid? Probably a... Oh, it's a bulk goods trader. Okay, I can take that. Central Republic, sending in a bulk goods. And yes, that is indeed a very interesting statue. Oh, and Obar, you apparently do not have a bed. No, you're just dumb and don't understand beds. Like, there is free beds here. You could have just gone to sleep. Oh, you were set to Western Villa Slave. Okay, I'm the dumb one. Great. That's good. Hold on. Obar, you should be moved. So you need to be moved to here. And then set on no villa or guest or slaves. There we go. Now that you have access. Another thing I need to do is, at some point, go through all the clothing and dye the clothing correctly. Because there are a lot of people that don't have correct clothing at the moment. I think most of our combatants do, because I dyed their clothing as they were heading into battle. But, like, Lillipore, for instance, is not wearing the correct colors. And I'll go through all of them. Hey, Fish Pickles, thank you for the resub. Welcome, welcome. Obar probably has, like, hair and tattoos, I'd imagine, too, that need to go. I'll get to it. I'm going to go through each and every one at a time, and set them up correct. In the morning, I'll trade with the Balkans trader, Scipia, or actually it would be Doris, I'd imagine. Trade improvement price, 19.5, social 15. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Doris will get a better price once he's not in dire Lycan form, because he has an inspired trade. Looks like I have cows and goats. Checking the trade price improvement stuff doesn't really do... Oh! Wow. They dropped an iron slice cap, a plasteel slave collar, a plasteel vicious mask, and a wolfskin slave collar. Very, very weird. But thank you, I guess. So in this case, we can light the beacon on fire, and Gondor will call for aid once done. So that's how that works. I think I rotated the building and it looks real weird. I'm going to use dev mode to fix that because it's going to bother me, but I definitely do not want to spend the resources to tear it down and build it normal. Why would they even allow that building to be rotated? I don't know. Would just have it be unrotatable, like a stele, but whatever. Whatever. Wait, what the heck? What is going on? What are you doing? Why are you... I am so confused. What are you doing? My brain can't take this. I don't have enough caffeine in me. Why are my guests mining in my quarry? I mean, I get that they're mining, but that's not my citizen. They're of the Kosa Covenant. They're just a visitor, and they straight up are just like mining away at the... I don't understand. What's even weirder is they're not even in the guest registry. They're just here quarrying. They're essentially... It reminds me of those news reports of like burglar breaks into house and puts away laundry, you know? Like, that is akin to what that pawn was doing. They, like, broke into my city and started just quarrying up stone for me. So confused. Alright, the raffle timer expired, so... Sandra, it is your pawn to name. I think the character details channel point redemption needs to be re-enabled, so I'll re-enable that now. Alright, Dell is changing his clothing around. How close are we? We are really not that close to getting this resolved. We're delivering the materials. It just takes a while to make the deep bridges. But this is like essentially as close to aqueducts as we can get, but it's kind of like aqueduct-like. Honestly, it's somewhat aqueduct-like. We're moving water over land with archways or something. I don't know. It's as close as we're gonna get. And here's the new guy. The 17-year-old Neanderthal. Pouring up the stone that so it's perfect. We're also continuing to tame the... Oh, there's even more stuff to tame. And they're all set at auto-slaughter. So, like, once we get more muffalo than what the pen allows, we'll just slaughter them for meat. And the hope is to not have to regularly send out raid parties like I've been doing in order to supplement our meat, but instead just auto-slaughter for it, because that will be a lot more convenient. Maybe. We'll see. I think I'm going to get rid of this temporary stockpile zone. I think some of the delay in the making that water aqueduct is a result of the stone being kept somewhere not ideal. So I have a big question for you guys. What next senator should we influence? And this also links to what villa are we going to build next. So I'm going to review the options for you. We are fully allied with the Western Republic. So now we have to choose either Central or Eastern. The Central Republic has 5 senators, just like the Western. The final bonus for influencing all 5 is that we can build a theater. And we have togas, temperature control, meat drying, which would be jerky, mosaics, a different flooring, and thermobath, which would be hydro therapy. For the Eastern Republic, the full favor is Perfectus, being able to build roads on the world map. And we have got bronze working, crafting bench, cement making, wood fire crematorium, and Tyrian production research. So I will have you guys choose not only what senator to potentially influence, but also what faction to build the villa of. Because we're going to need, obviously, both. That is one gross graveyard. There was a bunch of YouTube comments, all pointing out the fact that now that I have impids, I should process dead bodies differently, and I am complete in agreement with that. So instead of waiting for a wood fire crematorium, building a fireproof box that we stack corpses in, and then having these slave impids, because I have 2 of them, periodically do a fire breath attack to set them on fire, is very obviously the most efficient way of dealing with corpses. So I will be, after dealing with our water shortage, I will be doing just that as a secondary project. So that we don't have to continually drag corpses all the way out to these ponds, because it takes a very long time. It's very gross. The logistics behind it is very annoying, so it'll be great not have to do that anymore. Okay, how are they, where is the desserts? I was struggling with words there. Hey, Bebo, where are you? You're fertilizing soil? How about you cook at the stove? I'll put 1 more minute to vote on the senator to influence next. And then... So we're missing condiments for desserts. These desserts, condiments, are supposed to be sugar. I will also allow salt or mayo. I don't think it really matters. I just want them to have desserts. Wait, you're going... Oh, yeah, you have to go fetch milk. Right. There's a lot of, efficiencies that could be fixed up here. Like a dedicated milk storage. So that we can make these a little bit quicker. Milk, salt, and berries almost sounds like ice cream to me. Like sorbet. Doesn't sound like too bad of a dessert. Alright, continuing down the slave line. Let's get them in proper clothing. So, Atlu, you're next. You've got hair that I should have lopped off. And Wrong color hat. All right. I am going to remove the pond corpse hauling designations, knowing that we are changing to a better system soon. And then forbid the corpses, which I am sure I will promptly forget that I forbid them and allow all, and then make it bad again. But, you know, whatever. Am I still growing sugarcane? I am. Just not enough of it to keep up with demand, apparently. A lot of this simply comes down to, I need more farming. At some point, I'm going to need to commit to building a second greenhouse, or at least having additional open air farms for seasonal growing or something. Because it's a problem, it's not going to resolve itself. We really have not added a significant amount of square meterage or acreage of farms, but we've added a lot to our population, so. Alright, I think the water well is added, and I want to keep a very close eye on our water piped storage. So we are at, let's say, 1200, and it is the 9th. It is basically midnight of the 10th. So at midnight of the 11th, I want to circle back and figure out if we have added, like, what our water usage is. Read the meters, you know. So you guys wanted Tale Lanist. Tale Lanist allows us to do meat drying, which, in my opinion, it's one of a few most important technologies to unlock, because that will allow us to create jerky out of our meat so it doesn't spoil. And then once we have big enough jerky drying facilities, we can just use jerky in all foods so that I can hunt to my heart's content and never have to waste meat ever again. I think that's a really good choice. We have to decide where the villa goes. So the Western Republic is all like warlike, and I set them up near the gates in the arena. The Central Republic has a bunch of utilitarian, let's call it, technologies with drama and comedy research at the finish. Whereas if we take a look at the Eastern Republic, these are all like crafting. These are like crafter senators with bronze working, crafting, cement, wood fire, crematorium, and textiles. I think given that I don't have room here near the Craftsman District to put the Eastern Republic Villa, because, I mean, we could figure if this was rectangular, you know, it's roughly a 40 by 40 for the size, or like 1,500 cells. And right, there's just not 1,500 cells here to allocate towards the Eastern Republic. I think what we could potentially do is to have one villa back here, and then another villa over here. I don't really see a better solution. So the villa over here is obviously going to cut into our current muffalo and pig farming, and I knew that was going to be the case. And I'm prepared to change the layout here. So the question is, for the Central Republic being the utilitarian projects, Toga's temperature, meat drying, mosaics, and thermobath, I think it makes sense to put them over here. Pretty close to our founders. Pretty close to the founders, but I'm going to isolate the founders from where they are. I may also move where my iron wind pumps are, so that they are no longer, so I can nestle the villa kind of like back into the mountain and fully utilize the mountain space. So I think that's what I'll start to do. So the current project right now is to citizen combo and build the Eastern Republic Villa. So in terms of moving the iron wind pumps, let's do it. I don't feel great about it because I just built some, but right, like we can chalk this up to growing pains. That our city grew and have some additional demands on our infrastructure. So this will be the first thing to be reworked. So that's not going to be enough pumps. The 4 pumps I just queued up won't be enough pumps to replace the 8 that we're removing. But what I can do is I can nestle pumps in, you know, around the rest of the town. Maybe put 4 pumps back here or something like that. Oh, they don't quite fit. That's most unfortunate. Well, they do, but like not... A project to be figured out. So they don't fit this way. I guess they'll have to fit... I'll just put them like this. That will work. And run the hygiene pumps out. Alright. Seems like this current configuration actually adds more capacity than it even had before. What we will need to do is just pack a bunch of dirt down so that it doesn't block the efficiency of the pumps, but that's fine. It does mean that the Craftsman District will have a lot less grass, but it's the Craftsman District. I don't think that really matters. Hey, Belle. Thank you for the resub. The water tower is probably going to need to move, and that's a little bit annoying because we're trying to measure our water usage, and upon moving it, it's going to be a little confusing. But I think what I'm going to do is put 3 water towers here instead. So we're going to even replace the water towers in their current configuration, and probably get the septic tanks... You can't move them. I'll leave the septic tanks where they are, because I don't really want to drain them right now. So even before we start to do the villa, we're going to need to... What have you been doing? Oh, you've been cooking this whole time? Dear Lord, go to sleep. Even before we do the villa, we have to make space for it prior. Do we have enough wells to benefit the capacity? Yes, hypothetically. It really depends on the wind speed. The only way we pump water is through, like, wind mills, kind of, essentially. Wind pumps. And at 100% wind speed, we do generate a lot of water. It's just when it's not particularly windy, it's really bad. Our water capacity drops. So as a result, what I could do is add a lot of water towers so that we have a huge amount of water storage to deal with when it's less windy. I think that's a pretty reasonable solution. It does, however, require a lot of steel. So I am going to need to probably trade for it. And I completely forgot about trading with the bulkage trader, which would have resolved some of my steel issue, but it just, I lapsed on that. Just completely forgot. As you do. So I think the plan is to leave the old wind pumps in there until I have amassed enough marble to start the villa, so that these pumps can add to our water supply, because I'm going to have a lot of towers in the meantime. Kin of Cambo. Oh, well, Cambo is already kin of someone. Why were we making him a citizen? I've already forgotten. You're related to someone, right? Oh, no, I think we just decided because of your skills. Iron-willed, fast learner. Yeah, that makes sense. Landry with inspired creativity. You have a construction of 15. I think I'm going to have you make a royal bed because we are trying to influence... Oops, not there. I do have a furniture workshop. We are trying to influence the senator, and I might as well have as nice royal bed as possible prior to their senator quest. I don't think you need even a simple meal to... Oh, and you're eating in the slave room. Cool. We have plenty of food over here, pal. Whatever. And then Scala took over. No, that is Tranlary's construction project. So now with the wind picking up, you can see our water amount going up. But yeah, we did run quite low on water when it was less windy. So this is one of those projects that like was a long time coming, given the ever-growing nature of our city, and it's good that we're finally addressing it, because without addressing it, you know, it would eventually become some sort of critical problem where like we would have mass dehydrations, and that sounds bad. That sounds like way bad, and also very avoidable. So the fix is incoming. Hey, Phoenix Wolf, thank you for the resub, and I'm glad you like the content. Alright, come on. Masterwork. Legendary. You're level 15. Yeah, you're not going up to 16. So you're level 15, making a bed. It's got to be high quality, right? What is Yoda doing behind me? Hey, Fraggles, thank you for the resub too. Ah, it was legendary. Well, Tale Lannis, you're gonna get a legendary bed. I hope you deserve it. Alright, the other project that I wanted to do, a very simple one, is a means to get rid of corpses that we do not want. So I am going to dig out a little corpse cave. That's what I'm going to call it. Cheers. Buddy, yeah, okay. He'll notice. So I think we have lots of iron still. We just don't have the coal for the steel. Actually, we're kind of low on iron, which is surprising considering how much of it we had at one point. So, let's dig the iron out first. For the water shortage. So I'm using, I think, 6,000 liters of water a day. But the pumps can handle like twice that, provided the wind power. So as long as I have a lot of storage, we can deal with the low wind days. Why are you dying? You have access... Oh, dear lord, yes. Just more logistical issues. She didn't have access to her own bathroom because it was bound to Fowen's bed. And not her bed. So she was like starving or dehydrated and not able to go to the bathroom, so like pooping outdoors. Yep. Just a little bit of a oopsie poopsie. No big deal. We got it fixed. So it looks like a lot of the meat, or maybe not a lot of the meat, but some of the meat here in the butchery is pork, meaning that the auto slaughter is working. That's good to hear. I probably need to put someone on full-time quarry. Translary would prefer to do it. Oh, but you're a significantly good constructor compared to others. So maybe... Ray, I'll raise for quarrying. Unfortunately, both Foen and Branya are, like, potentially very good couriers, but they're assigned to the Western Republic's area for work. So I guess I'll ask you guys, should I assign different dedicated slaves to the Western Republic? What I could do, which might make sense, is to have one of the impids do it, because the impids haul quickly. They're quick. They're fleet of foot. And therefore they could fetch things more quickly as well. If I had to pick, it would be Cerise here. Cerise has high social skills and is pretty and kind, so not likely to get in fights with them. But, it's also entirely possible that one impid could replace both Branya and Foen. I'm not certain, but, like, you know, that might be true. Because both of them have, like, lower movement speed. Not significantly, but they're not fast. Whereas, Cerise is not, encumbered in that way. Alright, Obar, it's time for you to shave. Nope, not like that. God, you are just one dashing human being. Actually, you're not really a human. Well, I don't know. It depends on definition there. But you're dashing. That's what I meant to say. You're like a walking Chad meme. Alright, there we go. In proper clothing. Alright, looks like you guys think that, yeah, there should be some switching up of responsibilities. So let's do that. I'm going to attempt to take both Foen and Branya off and put Cerise on. So scheduling. There we go. Cerise, you're going to move back to the bottom. You are then going to be assigned these beds, so set owner, unassign. Set owner, unassign. And then assign Cerise. I'm going to leave the other bed in there, even though it makes it a barracks. A, because, one, I don't care, they're slaves, they don't have feelings in that way. And B, it's entirely possible that Cerise won't be able to handle both of the senators by them are lonesome, and therefore require an additional helper. So Cerise is going into the Western Republic red colors, which is pretty suited for it. Hey, get back there. Oh, right, you don't have... I need to unrestrict you so you can touch the die. It's pretty silly that, like, I can override their zoning so that they can interact with the bench, but they can't actually pick up the die in the process. And then Foen and Branya need to undye their clothing to bleach it back to white, because they no longer will serve the Republic as a house slave, or whatever you want to call it. But hopefully that will help, because we need steel, and I could send out a trade caravan for steel. I don't think that's necessarily unwise. Darius's trade inspiration expires in 15 hours. I don't think I can get anywhere in 15 hours, but perhaps I'll send Scipia out to try to trade for some steel, just to rush along the process. Alright, Foen, let's change your clothing. And here is Cerise bringing over, or will be attending to the Western Republic's needs soon. Thank you for voting. Yeah, the citizens shouldn't have had all foods. They were on Caravan. So I just fixed that. Thank you for noticing. Well, so far so good. The meals are there. I am missing beer, but that's simply a result of not having enough of it to go around. Some of it, I think, is just like our guests buy it up by the dozens, and I just can't supply it because people love beer. Yeah, I see coal and steel, or coal and iron being quarried. So, that's good. Bebo has a inspired trade. Alright, so how about this? Form Caravan out to Calicia. Bebo will go alone. Bebo will bring a bunch of the stallions, because steel weighs a lot. And bring 5,000 silver. And send. I'm sure there was like leathers and stuff that I could have packed up, but I didn't want to have Bebo have to pack everything slowly. Sounds like it's time to up the price because of demand. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I could definitely, so there's a setting here where guests can be charged higher prices. So let's do like 130% for food. This isn't for beer though. So what I could do instead is keep the beer in the restaurant's room to overcharge for beer. Maybe I'll do that soon. When I'm not juggling 15 other projects. Just remind me later. Right now I need to have less micro, not more micro. I'm gonna go to the effort to remove the roof over the overhead mountain fill-in spots, just as a way to be like, yeah, we did that. I don't need to worry about that. You think if I marketed the beer as like Wolf's Brew, it would do quite well? Yeah, probably. Oh, you're hunting my slave. Hey, Del. You want to tell the lynx not to do that? Oopsie poopsie lynxy. See, my slaves are authorized to use scorpions in the case of town defense. And a lynx that wants to eat me is town defense. This warg is probably going to be next. I'm keeping my eye on it. Bowen, why are you even in there? No. What do you... Stop it. Unassign. Get the hell out. That's your old bedroom. That's not your new bed. Try this again. Branya's here. And Fowen is here. And Branya, you need to change the color of your clothing, but that's on me. I didn't tell you to do that. Alright, I see steel being produced. I don't really know what the construction holdup is. Maybe it's iron now? No, we have both steel and iron, so it's just like they just need to physically... the constructors need to physically build the wind turbines, or wind pumps. They'll get around to it. But yeah, we have a decent amount of steel. In fact, we have so much steel it's not fitting on one bench, so... that'll change soon. What's the construction priority? Pretty high. Construct for Darius is 2, construct for Gagu is 2, 2, 2, 2, you know. A lot of the people that can't construct are being told to construct. Atlu, I'm going to do the same. Yeah. Alright, combo. What is your holdup? You need a conversion ritual. Historically, my chances of a good conversion ritual have been really low. But I think I'm going to do it anyway. Just roll the die. Alright, senators, you have your desserts, your meals, your drugs. Yeah, I think between having all colonists be able to haul to this storage and having an impid, it's really not a problem. It seems like they're handling the workload just fine. Novel, thank you for the resub. Almost a year, time flies. I know, right? I don't feel like I've been streaming for years now. But that is true. I have been streaming for a long, long time. It's wild to me. But I really appreciate when people come back and continue to support the channel. And I don't know. Hopefully I'm getting better at this over time. One would hope. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch, November 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Lycan Legionnaires.